What up, Kurupt?
Oh man, I'm just having fun, man. Just having fun.
What up, Roscoe?
What's happening, man?
Chilling.
Mm-hmm.
First time on Vlad TV?
Yeah.
Hey, first question, what'd you think about when you saw Kurupt's interview on Vlad TV last time?
I'm the king of New York. His name was Frank White. You notice how since somebody from the West Coast will say they're the king of fucking New York, they automatically assume we're disrespecting New York.
Right.
I'm sick of that shit.
We was in Canada. We was doing the Moon Rock tour, so we got back to America. Before we got back to America, I was getting some little things, via social media, and people was hitting me. I was getting little messages like, "What's up with your brother, man? What's going on?" So I remember we was on the bus, and my brother was asleep. I woke him up. I said, "Hey man, I think you did something." I think you did something, man. Something's going on. So it was a good look. You know what I mean? It was a big deal. You know what I mean? So we like to be a big deal.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So a lot of people hit you about it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It was viral.
What did I do?
What'd you do?
I want to know it.
I don't know. I was slick.
And so was I.
I took a dab.
I'm like, man,
So Kurupt, what was the reaction when that interview came out?
Oh, people didn't know what it was. They thought I was high on my moon rocks. You must have been off Patron. To each his own, And then some people like, hell yeah, fuck them. I'm like, man, no. That's not what it's about, It's not about disrespecting and being angry at people, even though the anger came out for the situation. It's old. It's just old. And then it gets frustrating. Sometimes you burst. And one of the good things about social media and media itself is you got opportunity to see the reals.
Yeah.
And I kind of like the way you put it out. You didn't misconstrue it, and you also didn't put it out falsely.
Nope.
And that's the way I felt. And a lot of people was mad, and a lot of people was rolling. So I can't satisfy the world.
I think you spoke your mind. You didn't insult anybody. You didn't speak bad about anybody.
Totally.
And I think this is, coming from the West Coast myself, I almost feel like this was something that's been building up for a lot of people for a long time. It just took Kurupt to actually, speak for other people.
I feel that, because it's building up for me, and we don't need no more calamities going on, and these things normally start by people not talking to each other, expressing their feelings, so we all express it in different ways.
Have you talked to Kendrick after that came out?
Totally.
What was Kendrick's take on it?
If I tell you, I gotta kill you.
You gotta kill me, right.
Nah, Kendrick he had a ball with it. He was just laughing like, man, Kurupt, you crazy. Kendrick loved me, man. He was just like, man, what else was it but love?
Yeah, I've always been cool with TDE.
Yeah.
Me and TDE have always had a good relationship. Me and Top have always been good.
Right.
Whenever we see Kendrick, it's always like, oh shit, what's good? Like, we catch up for a second. Like,
Indeed.
Good crew, good energy. And I think that they've learned from some of the mistakes in the past.
Right.
In terms of the kind of company they're running.
Well, I love the way they're running it. They're on top of their game, and they stay away from the nonsense, and their artists are seasoned. As you can see, the way they do it, they handle their business. Their artists handle their business.
Yeah.
Great company to be a part of.
You never hear of anyone getting beat up. You never hear of people not showing up to shows.
Right.
You just. It seems like a professional, well-run, standard,
well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
Right, from the executive standpoint to the
all the way down. You never see Top getting into any bullshit.
And they're so humble, and that's the thing about it, from the top to the bottom. Top is humble, and Punch and all the rest of them, they're just so humble. And then when it comes to the artists, they're so humble as well. It's a great company.
It is.
Great team.
Yeah. Shout out to TDE.
Totally.
You know, Kendrick dropped a great album. I think that album came out after our interview to Pimp a Butterfly.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Dropped a great
Because
album.
we gonna be stop it.
Yep. You know, the Kendrick, he said Kurupt on the new Compton album. But I couldn't tell whether he was talking about you or just saying the word corrupt.
You
in
never
general.
know. That's a question for Kendrick.
That is a question for Kendrick.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
when it comes to rhymes, man, it's like you gotta ask the person because rhymes can always be misconstrued, but you know, they're made for the actual artist to explain it to you, and that's the excitement about it for that artist. You know, when you lay one of the great rhymes, when you lay one of the greatest rhymes of your life, when you lay one of them goodies, everybody's not gonna understand all the words you say. I see people try to, you know, translate New York, and different raps I have, and they always miss something, which is not what I said. And they just, you know, put in what they figured I said.
Yeah.
And you know, I mean, it works for them, and that's good. But you know, as an artist, you know, one of these days, Vlad, what we gonna do is just do a breakdown of Kurupt rhymes. And it's like, okay, Kurupt this rap, break this rap down, and let people get play-by-play of these rhymes.
Yeah.
These rhymes is like movies, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Indeed.
Like, Charged Up was decent, had some bars in it. Back to Back is a tough diss record. I don't give a fuck what nobody say.
The beat is not that hard.
What?
The Charged Up, I
Nah.
mean, the back-to-back beat really could have been a lot better.
Yeah, but in the club it goes. And I tell y'all all the time, the greatest diss records in the world are the ones that play in the club.
That shit's dope. If I rapped about driving around in a fucking car and like fucking listening to country music, nobody would give a fuck about that shit. Like, I make music about some shit because it sound cool. Like, I like making music. I make cool music.